What is your relationship with content creation? Like, where does the social media come in, and how does that play out?
So I tend to post like twice a week now, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I will alternate between video and photo just so in the feed it looks a little bit different and it's not like video on top of video or video next to video. And I just alternate back and forth like that.
I curate myself and post with the work that I want to attract. I still do that to this day. This year, I mean, I've done over 15 projects. I've only posted probably about 5 just this year. And that's because to me, it was something new. And I was like, hey, I would love to do more stuff like this. Let me show this. It's really kind of moved from, the beginning of my career where it was like, show everything, show what you're doing, to like, show what you want more of.
Like, say if I'm promoting for like an event, I'll try to do it like sporadically. So I'll put it like, I'll post once like on a Monday, then I'll repost it on Wednesday, then the event's on Friday, I'll make a final one, Sometimes people get tired of seeing it and then like you'll post it, but your reactions won't be as great, As far as me personally, I like to post and make a post probably about once a day or once every 2 days, depending on what's going on.
Most of you that have success, one of the common denominators is you post consistently, right? And I think that is very challenging for the average person to post that consistently, especially without any sort of structure. So why do you think you're able to do that?
Post even when you're not motivated to. And that's when it's helpful to have a couple drafts or like some backup content or whatever. Because if I didn't post every time I didn't want to, I would have quit like 5 years ago. I would quit like every other week, honestly. So it's like the whole thing where they say get up early even if you're not motivated to, and then the motivation will come. It's kind of like that. So staying consistent despite yourself.
You can't let your moves affect what your overall goal is, And so that's something that's been helpful to me with posting. Because there's been days where I felt like I didn't want to get up or, instead of posting anything. I'm just like, And if the situation is serious enough, then of course you take that time to help yourself. But overall, you just got to be like self-driven and, you got to be dedicated. You just got to want it.
I think that as an artist, the question of content is maybe flipped for a lot of different professions that are trying to have the social media stuff, because like I'm constantly producing content. Like everything that I do is, not to be so bold about it, but like everything that I do is visually interesting. Like that is a key tenet of how I live my life, is that pretty much everything around me is like, I think worth taking a picture of and like talking about a little bit. So it's more a question of like, when can I sit down and like capture and process that information?
Yeah. Consistency is key. I mean, whether you're talking about social media or not, just in business. The most consistent thing I do in social media is post in the morning. Because I like to catch people when they wake up. That, and sometimes I'll post at night because I'm thinking about the person who's lying in bed or sitting in front of the TV, like that. So I like to think about who's actually following me in terms of when I post and why I post.
If you were able to go back and talk to the younger version of you who was just starting out on this journey with social media and your art, what would you tell yourself?
Take it seriously, but don't take it too seriously. At the end of the day, if you're very excited about something that you're posting and you are really proud of it and you think you did a great job and it doesn't perform well at all, that's okay. It's not that deep. Try again tomorrow.
Going back to the beginning, I would tell myself, hey, you need to connect with your audience a little bit better. Instead of just showing finished product after finished product after finished product, really lean into the process in which you love so much about the work. People would appreciate it a little bit more if they really saw what went into it, from the design phase all the way to being out there and painting on the wall.
I do remember thinking, okay, I'm starting a business and I'm starting this like brand identity and I want to like get a lot of attention to it. So that means I need to be on every platform. And I have let that drop into the gutter. Like that is not true. I don't think that is a good use of my time.
Yeah, I think it's really okay, and it's good for people to hear. It's okay to only post once a week. It's okay to post once every 2 weeks, and it's okay to focus on one platform. And in fact, you can't focus on every platform and get any sort of penetration and depth and real kind of community. You can only do that on so many at a time, unless you're at a scale where you have teams, you know. So I think that's really, really great advice.